Well, good morning and welcome back to our journey through Lent toward the crucifixion of Jesus and the celebration of the resurrection on Easter Sunday. Jesus, the cornerstone, the chief cornerstone. Jesus identified himself with this Old Testament metaphor found in Psalm 118 and Isaiah chapter 28. So what did it mean? The cornerstone was symbolic of the ideals upon which a house was built. Jesus, being the chief cornerstone rejected by the builders, is him stating flatly that the rejection of him by the Jewish leadership as their Messiah and their crucifixion of him was proof that their house was built on the wrong foundation, and their house was the temple itself. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 16 stated, "Therefore thus says the Lord God, Behold, I'm laying in Zion a stone, a tested stone, a costly cornerstone for the foundation, firmly placed, and he who believes in it will not be disturbed." Now the Apostle Peter quoted this passage directly and applied it to Jesus. He then stated that salvation, the benefits of the new covenant, were for those who accepted Jesus as this promised cornerstone, the Messiah of Israel. Now, 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 4 and 5, this is what he writes. "Coming to him as to a living stone which has been rejected by men, but is choice and precious in the sight of God, you also, as living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house for a holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." Now, Peter's implication is clear. The true temple of God is the spiritual house in which Jesus himself is the chief cornerstone, and his followers are the living stones built on top of his foundation. This is the house of the Lord. This is the Messianic temple. It is a spiritual house that offers up spiritual sacrifices that are acceptable to God through Jesus, their Messiah. Now, Peter applies these Old Testament word pictures to what took place with the first century Jews who received Jesus as their Messiah, and what was going to happen to those first century Jews who rejected him as their Messiah. For those who believed and received, Peter says they became a holy priesthood. To those who rejected him, an impending and certain doom awaited them. Peter declared there is salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven that has been given among men whereby we must be saved. The crucifixion and resurrection proved Jesus to be this promised one, and it compels us to entrust ourselves to him and him alone. Well, I want to thank you for joining me again this morning, and I look forward to being with you again tomorrow as we continue our journey toward the crucifixion of Jesus. I hope you go out and make today a great day.